Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really excited to be here in the town of Thomasville. It's another one of those North Carolina towns that's known for making furnitures. Maybe you've heard of Thomasville furniture before, but yeah, they actually built a roadside attraction here in the downtown area. It's the world's largest chair. So we're going to definitely go see that today, amongst other things in the town area. Murals, storefronts, just kind of see what's here in Thomasville. It's been a while since I've stopped here in town and just took a nice little walk around. Today's a gorgeous day, great day to do it. When we finish up here, we're going to head on a little bit further to the southwest to the town of Lexitton, which is known as the barbecue capital of North Carolina. And we're going to kind of do the same thing down there and see what we can see down there, maybe even try some barbecue. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm standing here in front of the Visitor Center, the John W. Thomas Visitor Center here in Thomasville. Tourism and Visitor Center, located here at 44 West Main Street. Looks like we got us a train caboose down here to see. Old train depot, located right here in this area next to the train tracks. Which this old train depot right here is supposedly just a bathroom now. It's very small. I don't know if this was the original depot or it was connected to this and this was the depot at one time, but who knows. But right now, this right here, it says, welcome, visit the depot. And it is restrooms. And right here next to the depot, as you can see, this is an old red train caboose. Right here next to the railroad track. I'm totally hoping we get to see a train go flying by today. Last time I was here, it was in the dead of winter, man, and there was a train came through here so quick, man, that thing was hauling the mail. And check out this statue right here, this prominent figure. This here is John Warwick Thomas, founder of Thomasville, 1852. That is pretty cool. How awesome is that? So this here is the gentleman that started the downtown area. Just past the train depot and stuff is you have this cute little gazebo right here. Ooh, nice little spot. But this here is why we're here today. Look at that chair. Is that not awesome? Look at that thing. And believe it or not, a president back in 1960, when he was running for the office, stood right next to this chair and waved to the crowd when he was running for president. Let's walk around here and see what we can read, give you a little information about this ginormous piece of furniture, and then we'll get into who the president was at that time. So right here at the corner of Salem Street and Main Street, West Main Street, see a candy store across the road there. We definitely have to go peek in that window. But this is what the town is kind of known for, is this big chair. And that's what it's called. It's called the Big Chair. It is a landmark located here in Thomasville. It is the largest scale replica of an armchair built in 1950 by Thomasville Furniture Industries. Before the current chair was built, its predecessor was built actually of September of 1922. The original chair was 13 feet 6 inches tall. The old chair was unfortunately made of pine and it deteriorated over time. So it was torn down in 1936. The new chair did not occupy the spot until 1950. The current chair, this one here, is actually 30 feet tall and 10 and a half feet wide. While being made from steel and concrete, the base is sculpted from Indiana limestone, which is this area down here that the chair actually sits on. In 1960, the chair received attention as Lyndon B. Johnson, old sneaky LBJ, stood on the chair to wave to locals as he campaigned for the 1960 United States presidential election. That all happened right here. He would have stood there and waved at the folk. cool little bit of history. That right there, that's pretty awesome. No, this is another big furniture town, very similar to like what High Point was. All right, I made my way across the street from that chair, and they really have a nice little water fountain right here. It's very pretty, very relaxing. Feels good out today. It's overcast, so you can see a gentleman over there. He told me he's a big AC/DC fan, and he seen my shirt I was sporting. He was like, "Oh man, you like Kiss, man." He took a shirt. I think he just purchased it or something. He just had a shirt in the bag. It was of AC/DC, and I said, "Oh, don't get me wrong, man. I love a lot of different bands, and AC/DC is one of my top ones that I've always loved listening to." So, really cool to see people still representing the old school rock and roll stuff. Located right here on Commerce Street is First Impression Barbershop, and this here could probably be one of the most colorful walks I've ever seen that takes you across the street. I mean, that is an awesome crosswalk. And this right here is a piercing that says Rocket Roy's Tattoo just on the other side of the road. Even the trash cans here has the chair on it. Chair City, established 1852. That is so cool. Look at this super colorful piano. That is bright. At Casey's Corner in Walt Disney World, you know, they got the piano player out there. Maybe all that painted up like this. I think his down there is just white. But I always enjoy the pianists out there at Casey's Corner. I think I just love this. This is just such fun. And right here at JJ's Side Street Deli is yet another very colorful piano here on Main Street. Is this like a thing? Do they just have like really colorful pianos spread throughout Main Street? And check out this awesome little VW right here. This thing is freaking rad. That is so cool, and it's parked in just the right spot because they have a record store right here, Your Song Sound Exchange. And I walked in there and took a little look around. Though they got a lot of music playing in there, so I did not want to use my camera on the inside. But I definitely want to, if you're a fan of vinyl records, definitely go in there and check these people out because they have a lot of records in this store. That was awesome. That happened so freaking quick. I almost missed it. It's a very, very short train. All right, so that was really a lot of fun. I was waiting on that train to come through. I was hoping that train would come through today and we'd get to see it go by, because I knew last time I was here, it just flies through town. That thing has no remorse, no slowdown. It goes. It's going where it's going. Sometimes trains kind of creep through towns, but not that one. But speaking of trains, look at this little model train set right here. Man, that's pretty awesome. This here is at the Old North State Candy Shop, which I showed it to you when we was over there at the chair. But this is it. So I guess we can walk inside and see what kind of goodies they have. And guess what else? They have a piano. Another piano. That's a lot of pianos I've seen today so far. All right, so I just came out of the Old North State Candy Shop, and I gotta say, really, really nice. There was a really nice lady in there that helped me out. Got my candy that I wanted. I actually bought some Buckeyes. I love Buckeyes, that chocolate with that peanut butter center. Very, very delicious. They also had some interesting candles in there. I seen the candles smelled like Twinkies. They was actually like Twinkie scented candles. I thought that was a lot of fun and really funny. And then over on the other side of the store, they had a section with pickles, and it was all spicy pickles, like volcano and like jalapeno style pickles. I don't think I would probably get into that too much because, you know, pickles are sour. I can't imagine all that heat. But I know a friend of mine who loves pickles, so if you're watching this, you need to come up here to the Old North State Candy Store, and I'd love to see you try to eat one of those pickles. But right around the corner from the candy shop, we have another mural here on the wall of the world's largest chair, right here painted with flowers on either side of it. And right here is the Thomasville City Hall here on Salem Street. And they got a really cool looking mural right here next door in this parking lot area. Check out this tree. That is so cool. And notice, this is like the town of chairs, right? Notice in the tree all the chairs. One of them's got like an umbrella and a beach ball in it for like beach stuff. They got like a candy cane chair. And then this one over here, alone by itself, is a chair with a balloon tied to it. And if you think that's cool, look right across the road. Right there between those windows. There's a balloon and a real chair hooked to the side of that storefront. And right here on the side of the City Hall building, we have another mural with a cardinal on it. It just says, "Welcome to T-ville." All right, I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up for me here in Thomasville. Nice little walk down Main Street. My wife's going to be happy because I got some Buckeyes. And yeah, so I guess let's go ahead and make our way toward the barbecue capital of North Carolina, Lexitton. All right, I'm still in Thomasville. I've not left yet because I come across this old abandoned school here in the area that caught my fancy. So we got the old flagpole out here. And this is called the Old Church Street School here in Thomasville. As you can see, it's actually spelled out right up there at the top. Some of the letters is missing, but that supposed to read Church Street School. How freaking cool is this? So I looked it up online to give a little bit of backstory to it. So what I found out, the Church Street School is an historic school building for African American students located in Thomasville, Davidson County, North Carolina. It was actually built in 1935. And the two-story T-shaped Colonel Revival style brick building, a two-story auditorium projects the rear of the main building, and it's got two-story wings built in 1951 to flank the original building, which is, I guess, those over there on the sides of it. But wow, this is something to see. Very growed up. I never even knew this existed. Look at all that. All the trees and the growth. Poison ivy. All kinds of bad stuff growing in here. That's for sure. And it looks like it got burned at one time, because look right there on that door. That black. It's like the wood's been burned up. It happens a lot when you have abandoned places. I don't know what time period that burn up or whatever, but it's definitely a thing. It's kind of wild, ain't it? The day started out as just small towns. You never know what's going to happen when you hang out with Hitchhiking Yeti. Never know what's going to happen. We might stumble upon something. Look at this part of the building. A lot of graffiti on the wall, which is always a thing in these old places. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here at all. You say what you want about graffiti, but that is a daggone good Snoopy right there, ain't it? Look at that. That is an excellent Snoopy. And look at him right here on his little doghouse. How cool is that? I just walked out of that corner where the Snoopy art was. This here's the front lawn. I just wanted to take a quick little peek, a little gander back through there. And check this out. You can see a lot of the more burnt wood hanging right up there. And then look at this door. All that's charred. So they must have had one heck of a fire here at one point in time. All right, that was pretty cool. Pretty awesome little spot right here in Thomasville. Very hidden too. I wouldn't have made that wrong turn, I wouldn't have seen this old structure. But I did see it. We did go look at it. And now for real, we got to make our way to Lexitton. All right, welcome to Lexitton. And I had to stop real quick because I passed this sign right here. It definitely got my attention. And it actually says, have a ball at the Beebs. Miniature golf batting cages, playground, game room. Down this road right here. So let's walk over there and see if there's anything left, because this definitely looks like an abandoned location. And all right, here we are. The Beebs. Little putt-putt area. Yeah, I wonder how long this place has been shut down. I would say pretty long time for looking at the shape that it's in. I bet that if I could meet some locals around here, they could definitely tell me. But there is nobody out here. Some kind of health center right across the road. But check this place out. This is pretty cool. It's crazy. Never expected to be doing any kind of abandoned places today, but that's how it goes sometime. Yeah, place is in pretty rough shape. All right, we do have to need to be moving on for sure. So let's head on to the downtown area. A lot of putt-putt greeneries are back over in here, but the trees and everything have just, the overgrown just took it all over. All right, so good news, no more abandoned places. I have made my way to the Lexington City Hall, but unfortunately, the City Hall is closed today. I'm here on a weekend, so they only open Monday through Friday, which, you know, I figured that, but I really don't have no way of getting here without taking vacation time. But in 2015, workers uncovered several barbecue pits behind a wall here in City Wall. They are believed to be from Beck's Barbecue, the first barbecue in Lexington. So that is a pretty awesome little factoid that I was hoping to be able to show you today. Because when you go into City Hall, you can actually find photos online. They actually have the old pits, and they still got the black on them and everything from back in the day. So that would have been pretty cool to see. I hate I cannot show you that today, but right over here on the side street they have this I can show you, which is the Barbecue Wall of Fame, not the Barbecue Hall of Fame. Right here. So all these people are really good at making Lexington style barbecue. All right, and I have arrived here at another location here that's got a lot of history to it. Conrad and Hinkle Food Market actually opened back in 1919, still in this very same location as it was in 1919. They just expanded over the years and added a meat market to it. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Miss Haynes handmade Moravian cookies. And check out these oatmeal cookies. Look at that. That looks good. Got some peanut butter cookies here. Got some assorted nuts. Right here we have like a chocolate chip. Ooh, they got fried apple pies here just like Grandma used to make. They got some honey in here. They have molasses. Look at all these jellies they have up here. They got some grape jelly. They got huckleberry jam. They even got toe jam. No thank you, I don't need no toe jam. All right, so that was a quick look inside of Conrad and Hinkle's. Pretty awesome. They got this pig out here, it's all painted up that they sponsored. It's called the Big Cheese. And I would imagine it's because they're known for their pimento cheese that they make inside. As you see right there. I was gonna go back there where they keep the cheeses and the meats, but they got like a little meat market section right over here. I just went on the produce side, the old original side. They actually added the meat market section later, and it was really like crowded. There was so many people over there. I was like, nah, I ain't going over there. People were buying steaks and telling them how thick they want it cut and all that stuff. And So I just moved on. Let's carry on. Let's carry on around Lexington. Okay, right here on this street corner, we have another hog, another piggy. This is sponsored by the Coffee Roastery Perfect Blend. They call this one Barista, according to the little plaque right there. April Everhart is the artist. And pretty nicely done, man. I like this with the cream. I love coffee. They even have people who like iced coffee. I know there's a lot of you out there. You know, it's just not for me. I like hot coffee. And right there is the mural on the front of the building for Perfect Blend Cafe, established in 2007. People in there enjoying their drinks. Well, that's nice right there. We got a Main Street Pizza Deli famous roast beef sandwich. Yeah, I like all that stuff. Absolutely. And then right here we have the Candy Factory Antiques and Collectibles right here. Check their pig out. Oh, wow. This is called Miss Puffy the Peppermint Pig. The Candy Factory. Since 1890. That's impressive. And ain't that cool? This guy actually has like a cardinal sitting right here on the head of the pig. I mean, I know a cardinal's not a spider, but for some reason this pig kind of reminds me of Charlotte's Web a little bit. Just a little bit. Check out this. Here's the inside of the candy shop here. This is awesome. Look at these old school drinks over here in the bottles. Got a little cherry wine, which was, you know, made down the road a little piece in Salisbury. We got some knee high. We have RC Cola. I used to drink a lot of that back in the day. It goes really good with moon pies. If you've never tried it, you're missing out. Right there's some Sun Drop. And check out all these candies they have down through here. A lot of sugar-free candies here for people who can't have a lot of sugar, because they do have a lot of sugar in here. They even have Hot Licks. If you like, you know, if you like to have some ants in your sucker, they got you covered. They got a little bit of everything. Man, that popcorn right there smells so good. And then look at these homemade fudges that they have here also. I see that orange cream all the time. I love creamsicles. I just don't know if I'd like a fudge version of it. I know I do like that. I love the chocolate. I love the peanut butter. And they're really good if you put them together. And right here they got Mismatch Hopscotch Pavement Chalk. And check this out. Oh my God, this is going way back right there. Look at that right there. That bike bell. I used to have one of those. I think on my first bicycle I had one of those little things. You put it on the bicycle handlebars and you ring the crap out of it as you go down the road. Just annoy the heck out of the neighbors. So when we first come in, I was showing you all the sugar-free chocolates, and this side over here is the chocolates with sugar. And they have just all kinds of stuff. Look at that peanut butter meltaways. I bet that is freaking good. And right here is some Buckeyes, which I don't really feel like I can buy anything today because I just bought chocolate, you know, up the way in Thomasville. So I'm gonna have to pass today, but that's unfortunate. This really, really looks good. Something else I want to show you. Look at these awesome pretzels right here. Look at that. Toffee pretzels, chocolate covered pretzels with dark and white chocolate, chocolate drizzle, chocolate white pretzels with seeds. That is insanity. Look at that.
Thank you.
All right. I had to get out of that candy store. I was about that close to purchasing one of those pretzels. That was intriguing. I almost did it, but I was like, nah, you got to be strong today, man. You can come back here. I really didn't want to do it without my wife here. She would have loved that, I think. We'd definitely have to bring her back in the future and maybe go in that candy shop and try a few items. All right, so this is really cool. I stopped in right here at this location. This is called Top Hat Comics. And this here is a little bit of their information. Really cool owners inside. Talked to them quite a bit. They were big sim racers. They got sim rigs galore inside. They do a lot of racing in there. And check out this cool Godzilla model right here. Raining down fire and fury on this USS battleship, possibly. Or that could be a Japanese battleship, because that looks kind of like the Yamato class battleship from Japan in World War II. And right here is a place called Red's Fresh Made Daily Donut Shop. They have a lot of good stuff in there. I walked inside and checked out the donuts, and they look phenomenal. They had some chocolate covered donuts, regular glaze, and their glazed donuts like the really thick kind of donuts. They look really nice. Donut holes was there available. So a lot of good stuff at Red's. I had to pass though because I already have some sweet treats for today, but just wanted to show you what was here. So from that being said, let's go ahead and move on to Lexitton Barbecue, and we're going to wrap this thing up today. I'm going to show you where that is, and that's some real pit barbecue. So we're going to go there. Maybe we'll get a barbecue sandwich or something. We'll get something. We're going to eat some barbecue today before we leave Lexington. That's for sure, because this is the barbecue capital of North Carolina. All right, I made my way across town. Welcome to Lexington Barbecue. And this is the location, and look at the smoke pits back there rolling. Cooking up that chopped barbecue. Let's do it. Pork shoulders. All right, here we go. This is my bag of goodies. I got some for my wife too. So I got 2 sandwiches, 2 chopped barbecue sandwiches with slaw. Got some unsweet tea. I know some of you sweet tea drinkers are going, well, how do you do that? It's an ability. Let's try one of these hush puppies real quick. Little deep fried nuggets of hush puppies. Oh my God, yeah. You hear that crunch? Look at that. Yeah, man, that's nice. All right, let's open up. This is our sandwich. Wrapped up nicely. Now, right away when I'm looking at this slaw they're using, it doesn't look like a mayo base. This looks like a more of a ketchup based slaw. If you can see right there. Let's give this a try. Yeah, sandwich got some heft to it. Okay, first bite down. Very nice. Look at that right there. Is that not a thing of beauty? Man, that pork is so tender. Oh man, it's just delicious. You don't need no sauce on this. Even though this is not my favorite mayo slaw, this type of slaw they're using is very good with this barbecue. I'm enjoying that barbecue sandwich so much I about forgot I got hush puppies too. Oh wait a minute, I got an idea. Let's put a hush puppy inside of the barbecue sandwich. Yeah. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. You put the hush puppy inside of the barbecue sandwich. It's a game changer. It's already great, but it just makes it that little bit more because you got a little bit more crunch. Look at the smoke rolling. All right, my friends, that's going to pretty much do it for me today. Here from Lexington, North Carolina, and Lexington Barbecue. Gotta say, that was delicious. I absolutely love that. That was a good way to end the vlog. Very nice. All right, friends, till next time, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you at my next adventure. Y'all stay safe, and I hope to see you all again soon. And I might have to come and see you again soon also, Lexington Barbecue. That was really, really good. Next time I come back, I might have a little bit more time, and I just sit down inside and eat a plate of chopped barbecue. Some beans. Yeah.